6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says government is extending maximum facilities to foreign investors, enabling them to play their role in Pakistan's economic development. Interior Minister has announced to provide issuance and renewal of identity cards facilities at Union Council level across the country. Foreign Office spokesperson has urged Afghan interim authorities to take action against terror groups posing threats to Pakistan's sovereignty and security. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has denounced continued global silence on plight of Kashmiris in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. 31 Palestinians were martyred in unabated Israeli strikes across besieged Gaza enclave during the last 24 hours. Second T20 of three-match series between Pakistan women and England women will be played at Northampton tonight. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif says the government is extending maximum support to foreign investors and business community, enabling them to play their due role in the economic development of the country. He was talking to a delegation of international beverages companies which called on him in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister said the government's business-friendly policies have started yielding positive results, which is a welcome sign. He urged the multinational companies to play their positive role under the corporate social responsibility. Shehbaz Sharif instructed the officials concerned to present a solution to the problems being faced by multinational companies after consultations on their proposals. The delegation commended the government's business-friendly policies under the leadership of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. The delegation apprised that the international beverages companies operate around 25 factories in Pakistan, providing direct employment to 130,000 people and pay a significant amount of tax to the national exchequer annually. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has approved deployment of national highways and motorway police in Gilgit-Baltistan to improve traffic flow on the Karakoram highway. Prime Minister approved this on the request of Gilgit-Baltistan Chief Minister Haji Gulbar Khan to prevent accidents on the Karakoram highway. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Muhammad Ishaq Dar will represent Pakistan at two-day meeting of the Council of Foreign Ministers of Shanghai Cooperation Organization beginning at Astana in Kazakhstan from Monday. The Foreign Minister will also hold bilateral meetings with his counterparts on the sidelines of the Council of Foreign Ministers meeting. Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi has announced that the facility of issuance and renewal of computerized identity cards will be made available at the Union Council level across Pakistan. During his visit to NADRA headquarters in Islamabad today, he directed to finalize a plan in this regard at the earliest. He also sought a plan to enhance the ID card system, making it foolproof, fast-tracked and hassle-free. Interior Minister directed to increase NADRA centers in 6 major cities, including Karachi, Lahore, Peshawar, Quetta, Islamabad and Rawalpindi. Mohsin Naqvi issued directions to eliminate fake identity cards mafia through effective actions. Interior Minister visited NADRA operational room where he was briefed about the digital monitoring system of NADRA centers. Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch has urged Afghan interim authorities to take action against terror groups operating on Afghan soil and posing threats to Pakistan's sovereignty and security. Replying to a question at her weekly media briefing in Islamabad today, she said Pakistan fully respects the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Afghanistan. She said Pakistan has conveyed its concerns about the situation along Afghan Pakistan-Afghan border and has urged the Afghan authorities to ensure that Afghanistan's soil should not be used against Pakistan. Replying to a question, Mumtaz Zahra Baloch ruled out any plans to hold talks with terrorist groups involved in killing of Pakistani civilians and law enforcement personnel. The spokesperson said Pakistan is fully prepared to defend itself against any threat to its security and sovereignty. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Ataullah Tarar has been given additional portfolio of national heritage and culture. Notification to this effect has been issued. This is Radio Pakistan. A flag hoisting ceremony was held at Kohala, the entry point of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. Flags of Pakistan and Azad Kashmir were hoisted. Representatives of civil administration, Pakistan Army, police, civil society and media attended the ceremony. On this occasion, a smartly turned out contingent of Pakistan Army presented a salute. The participants of the ceremony reiterated the commitment that this homeland was acquired by our forefathers after great sacrifices, and it is our duty to protect it. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has denounced the global silence on Kashmiris suffering in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The APHC spokesman Advocate Abdul Rashid Minhas in a statement said that the silence of international community has emboldened the BJP-led Indian government to increase its oppression in held territory. He called for a solution to the Kashmir dispute in accordance with the internationally accepted norms of justice and UN Security Council resolutions. He maintained that despite the systematic violation of their rights, the Kashmiris remain steadfast in their resistance and there is no option for them but to continue the struggle for their inherited rights and freedom. Meanwhile, Indian police once again arrested Jamaat-e-Islami IIOJK spokesperson Advocate Sahid Ali from his residence in Pulwama. He was released on bail from Katuha jail in Jammu region only a few days back after remaining incarcerated for more than 4 years. The occupation authorities again disallowed senior APHC leader Mirwais Umar Farooq from offering Friday prayers at the historic Jamia Masjid in Srinagar today. On the other hand, People's Democratic Party President Mehbooba Mufti has said that the Modi regime is making attempts to repeat the 1987 situation in IIOJK when a massive rigging altered the territory's trajectory, leading to bloodshed. Addressing a rally in Baramulla, she warned that the ongoing elections in IIOJK could lead to disastrous outcomes. 31 Palestinians were martyred in unabated Israeli strikes across besieged Gaza enclave during the last 24 hours. 6 Palestinians embraced martyrdom in Israeli attack on a house in Gaza's Jabalia refugee camp. Israeli forces also targeted residential areas, including a house and a school in Nusayrat refugee camp. The martyrdom toll of Palestinians in Israeli aggression in besieged Gaza since October 7 last year has risen to 35,300. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has said any ground assault on Rafah is unacceptable. Speaking at a summit of the League of Arab States, he said that the hearts are breaking for Palestinians in Gaza. Meanwhile, the foreign ministers from 13 countries have warned the Israelis against Rafah assault. According to German news agency, all members of the G7 nations have sent the letter to Israeli government and urged it to alleviate the devastating humanitarian crisis in Gaza by opening all borders crossings for aid supplies. North Korea test-fired a number of short-range ballistic missiles towards the sea off its east coast today. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has also viewed the testing of super-large multiple rocket launchers and rockets in recent weeks. The second T20 of 3-match series between Pakistan women and England women will be played at Northampton tonight. The match will start at 10:30 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. England women lead the series 1-0. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. Very hot, windstorm, and dust raising winds are likely in central and southern parts. However, partly cloudy weather conditions with rain, windstorm, and thunderstorm are expected at isolated places in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, northeastern Balochistan, south central Punjab, Pothohar region, Islamabad, and Kashmir. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.